Hello, everyone!
There's always something. Always something, listeners.
Hello, everyone!
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to this, the second ever Facebook Live radio show, brought to you from Steve's shed.
They said it couldn't happen again.
No, they said it shouldn't happen again.
And who cares what they said? We've got a lovely mix of features for you all tonight. We've got Dear Deirdre with Steve.
We've got my favourite record, and Poetry Corner with Johnny Cassell.
And we've got a brand new feature. It's Pet's Corner with Julie O'Neill. With answers for all your pet-related questions.
We have got weather and travel with Shelley and Gill.
Hooray! And we've got a news and sport with Chris Archer and Julie O'Neill. And we've also got some special music guests.
And much, much more.
What else then?
Well, there's more.
Oh, is it? Oh, good.
No,
Okay.
never mind, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
He always makes me laugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for my favourite record with Johnny Cassell.
Hey!
Woo! That's you, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, my favourite record this week is the Beatles singing Hey Bulldog, because it's probably one of their best B-sides, and it's when they were doing Yellow Submarine. It's fantastic.
Marvellous. Hey Bulldog by the Beatles, chosen by Johnny Cassell. 20%, so obviously, is that plugged in? Is that
Don't
plugged
talk
in?
over it.
Is the actual lead plugged in?
It's a technical issue, listeners.
This is the 12-inch version.
Seamless.
Hey? Oh, marvellous. All right.
I think that's a load of old shit.
What a
to tell.
load of No. What a pile of old crap, John. No.
John, you have had a whole month, listeners,
to choose a
to
song.
choose this record, and this is the best thing you can come up with.
Oh, I thought it was good.
It's a disappointment, John, and we hope you can do better next time. Otherwise, we'll have to consider this feature going forward.
Anyway, after that shambles, here's the lovely Shelley.
Yay.
Shelley, everybody. With the weather.
I've got a jingle for this.
Have you?
Hang on.
Oh, it's got a jingle, everyone.
If you look out your window, the weather's not a choice, but it's nice to be told what it is in Shelley's lovely voice.
Hey! Oh, marvellous.
Here's Shelley with the weather.
Good evening. Right. Here's your weather report for tomorrow. At approximately 8:30, Hurricane Doris will make a return sending dustbins. Anyone not holding on to the debris rocketing down Burnham High Street, which is around
What's a debris?
there.
Debris.
Your record about Mr. Ash. You've blown it for me now. Some of your skies are reported to be in Maidenhead, of course. Where's lovely Maidenhead?
Over there, it's
That's
lovely.
where Jill and I
It's lovely in
That's where Jill
Maidenhead.
and I are. And my little yellow beetle will be busy making everyone look absolutely fabulous tomorrow.
Fabulous.
Taplow area tomorrow. A special glorious day developing over Martin and Sue Bennett's house by early afternoon, when Martin is due to bend over.
Hooray!
Over there
Well,
somewhere.
that's snow, but they...
Oh, well. Sorry, Martin.
Love you, Martin!
Shelley with the weather, everyone.
Spread it. My glasses didn't work.
And now, let's introduce our special guest for the evening. A lot of people don't like her, Matt.
Yeah, no, they don't. But are we going to go and get them? We've
Well,
got them here.
a lot of people don't like them, but we do. So let's hear it for the Garfunkels!
Garfunkels, ladies and gentlemen.
Who are they? They're in there. In the kitchen.
Oh,
That's
marvellous.
fine.
If they come in and have to start tuning up, there's going to be trouble.
You're on.
Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is seamless.
Oh, it's big, it's big.
It's seaman.
Here they are.
Hello, boys. Come on in. Come and stand in the middle here. Come and stand in the middle. Yeah,
No.
Hey? No. Oh, okay. You haven't.
So it's the Garfunkels.
They've got two.
Hello, boys. Hello, look, you're live on Facebook. Here we go, look.
Get out of the way, Matt. Get out of the way.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in the way. You're right.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sharing actually on the hope that the 3 people that know me might be watching, but unfortunately I think my mum could get on Facebook and the cat's asleep.
Stop building your parks.
You haven't got any lines. They're on there.
So the Garfunkels. Please come in to the centre of the screen. Please come in.
Thank you.
So tell us a bit about your act.
Well,
Wow.
we are a duo singing mostly Simon and Garfunkel songs with a bit of Everly Brothers chucked in, a bit of the Beatles chucked in, and occasionally other stuff as well. So
Yeah.
been playing for a year or so.
They're very exciting. More exciting than they sound,
Yes.
I tell you. And what's the best gig you've ever done, boys?
Oh, well, this one, without doubt.
Hey! And when's the next one?
Next time we're back here.
We may not be inviting you, but let's not worry about that.
Just wait and see.
So we'd like to do some quick-fire questions.
Some
obviously.
quick-fire questions, listeners.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
This will be great.
Oh yeah.
They will do in a minute. Be quiet.
Be patient. Keep your knickers on for a minute.
So,
Are these the questions you
come
can send
into
in
the
to us?
centre of the screen.
I do
please.
apologise.
Yeah,
Yes.
please come to the... So, Andrew Cox. What's your favourite colour?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Blue.
Oh yeah.
Blue.
Of course.
Yes, controversial, but
What is
we'll
your
take it.
favourite drink?
Beer.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Beer.
Do you want a more specific answer?
No, you're all right.
No, you're all right. No.
What is your favourite pop song?
Not that.
That's got you.
Johnny one.
It must be. Hey, Bulldog.
No, that's easy.
He didn't like Hey Bulldog from the Beatles. That's Summer's
That's
shocking.
easy. It must be love.
That's a good song.
Good choice.
Good answer.
All right. What is your top night out?
So,
Remember, your wife might be listening.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, it differs from your top night out, obviously, but so I would say a night out with you lot. And
Cheers! And finally, the last question. What is your dream holiday destination?
well, I've always fancied the Maldives
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
because I've never been there. Everyone tells me it's amazing.
Hey, come on, everyone.
I've never been to Bolton, but I don't fancy it, to be honest.
No,
You would love
honestly,
Bolton.
Yeah, but
Nothing wrong with Bolton. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So we've got some quick fire questions for,
Now for Andy Cocksedge.
Andy Cocksedge and his quick fire questions.
Aw.
We've only got a few because we forgot to bring them. So it's whatever we remember.
Yep.
But Andy, a nice, simple, easy, quick one for you.
Yes.
Who is your favourite cowboy? Is it John Wayne or is it the Milky Bar Kid?
That's going to be Milky Bar
The
Kid.
Milky
The
Bar Kid.
Milky
everyone.
Bar Kid.
Hey, the Milky Bar Kid. Hey, look at that, look. The Milky Bar Kid. We knew he'd say that.
So, Andy,
There's more than a passing resemblance.
simple yes or no. Collars and cuffs, do they match?
Yes.
Hooray! Matching collars and cuffs, everyone.
Good question.
Marvellous. Oh, Lisa Norman's watching. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Lovely to see you, darling.
Me and Grace are watching.
Oh,
One
yes.
more question for you.
Yes.
Margaret or Helma?
Oh, yeah. Margaret or Helma. Cool, I'll do them both, I've got to tell you.
It's a croak, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Margaret.
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 I've got a question for him.
Well done, Margaret.
Andy, you've got to get into a car.
Yes.
Now, do you prefer to go, in the front entrance? Or do you prefer sliding your way in through the back entrance? Hooray!
I think the sliding in from the back can be
Ah, marvellous.
Yeah.
Marvellous. All right, it's not what you think.
No.
His poor wife, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Right then, so you're going to sing us a song now?
We'll sing
could,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold you
You're
for
on
it.
it.
now, bearing in mind, listeners and watchers, that the last girls we had in here were fantastic live.
Nicky and
Nicky
Julie.
and Julie, everyone.
Where are the girls?
Let's hope these boys. Nick Joy's watching as well. Marvellous.
we get a sound check?
No, get on with it.
Nicky and Julie were from It's a Swing Thing.
Yes.
Plugging it.
Yeah, because we're plugging it.
Good.
Right then,
Invented it.
ladies and gentlemen, the Garfunkels.
Here we are.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day. And I'll send all my loving to you.
I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I am missing and hope that my dreams can fly. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day and I'll send all my loving to
Thank you, Julie.
All my loving,
Hi, Kim.
I'll send to you. All my loving, darling, close your eyes and I'll kiss you.
The harmonies.
Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true.
All right, that's enough for you boys. Well done. Let's give a round of
Yay! The Garfunkels, ladies and gentlemen, the Garfunkels.
I'm getting bored of that rubbish.
Back.
Right, well done, boys.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Come and have a seat now. Join in the rest of the show. Marvellous.
Matt, can I just say that's twice you've slagged off the Beatles, and I won't have it. So I won't have it. I won't have it.
It's not your radio show. Now sit down.
Well, fair, Johnny.
Bloody Nora.
Considering they're called the Garfunkels, ladies
Justin
and gentlemen.
Farno's joined. Marvellous.
He's missed us.
Anyway,
Missed you, yes.
it's time for the travel. Johnny, where's the jingle?
Oh, there's a jingle for the. No, there's no jingle for the travel. Sorry. Well, you only paid me 50 bloody pence. 50 pence.
We should have 2 jingles for 50 pence.
There is another one. There's another one. Later.
When you employ a monkey, ladies and gentlemen, what do you expect to pay?
Travel,
Travel.
It's time for the travel with Gill. Oh, I say. I do like a girl in uniform.
Right, here is your local travel news. Traffic is now back to normal after coming to a standstill this afternoon when a huge pile of abandoned Zimmer frames were blocking the pavement and overflowing onto the road. This was due to the Garfunkels, who are they again? Were reportedly seen busking in the underpass near Sainsbury's Maidenhead. Police made 2 arrests of old ladies for assault and battery.
One through some salt.
And one through a battery.
Right, Maidenhead and Burnham Council have also decided to mark out bike lanes way from Maidenhead to Burnham Cricket
She
Club.
smells really nice.
Now you put me off now, look. Burnham Cricket Club, so local popsters can cycle to and from their favourite pastime without verbal abuse and sexual harassment from car drivers.
Boo on the car drivers.
That's ruined your night, Mr. Cox. Hooray!
Thank you and have a good evening.
Hooray!
Ladies and gentlemen, yet another new feature. It's Matt's Joke of the Week.
Ah, yes. Yes. Thank you.
Oh,
Kira.
hang on, wait. So, Nicole, she says, Kira, your dad looks hotty. You do know it's Matt who's her dad, yeah?
Just because the air conditioning's broken.
Yeah, all right. All right, thank you.
And never mind that, crack on with the joke, Matt.
I was asked by the producer to read this joke out. So, a man boarded an aircraft at London's Heathrow Airport, bound for New York. And taking his seat, he settled in. He noticed a very beautiful woman boarding the plane. He realised that she was heading straight towards his seat. And bingo, she took the seat right beside him.
Go on!
I know. Hello! Hello, he blurted out. Business trip or vacation, he said. She turned, she smiled enchantingly and said, business. I'm going to the annual Nymphomaniac Convention in the United States. He swallowed hard.
Oh, the
Here was the most gorgeous woman he'd ever seen sitting next to him, and she was going to a meeting for nymphomaniacs.
Ooh.
I know.
I know.
Too much.
So, struggling to maintain his composure, he calmly asked, "What's your business role at this convention?" "I'm a lecturer," she responded. "I use my experience to debunk some of the popular myths about sexuality." "Really?" he smiled. "What myths are those?" "Well," she explained, "one popular myth is that the African American men are the most well endowed, when in fact it's the native American Indian who's most likely to possess that trait."
How?
"Another popular myth is that French men are the best lovers."
Oh,
Am I going to tell this bloody joke?
eventually.
When actually it's the men of Greek descent. That's why you get Greek yogurt. That's
They
where
are
that comes
quite
from.
hairy, though.
Well, they are quite hairy. So we've also found that the best potential in lovers, actually, in all of the categories, are the Irish. Yeah! All right.
One potato, two potato, three potato.
Suddenly the woman became uncomfortable and blushed. "I'm sorry," she said. "I really shouldn't be discussing this with you. I don't even know your name." "Tonto," the man said. "Tonto Papadopoulos. But my friends call me Paddy."
From that totally hilarious item, listeners, we now go to the serious world of news and sport with...
What are you playing for?
Sorry, it's the jingle.
We now go to the serious world of news and sport with Chris Archer and Julie O'Neill.
Hooray!
I've got a jingle for this.
Have you?
Yeah, we've just heard it. What's it down for?
News, not opinions or views. Bought by our Chris for the likes of yous. Is Chris with the news?
We actually
Chris
want
Archer.
50p back for that one.
Oh, right, yeah, right.
Yeah, you now.
It's Chris Archer, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
Put your glasses on, darling.
Hey!
Okay. Hello, everybody. Oh, I can't see properly.
Yeah, we've got all night,
No,
Chris.
Be quiet! Okay, the news today. A couple claim they found human blood in a sealed packet of Tesco's pancakes. Ooh. Ah, here we go again. Apollo Newsy and Anastasia Andrescuisi. Sorry, folks. Bought the pre-prepared. Shall I get one of those things?
Probably.
Polythene packet of pancakes from the supermarket ahead of Pancake Day, and had invited friends over for dinner to enjoy them. As Mr. Andrzejewski looked down at the packet, he noticed a red running substance and a razor-type slit in the pancakes. Lincolnshire Live reports. The couple believe this may have been blood from a factory worker slitting their finger on a knife given the slice in the pancakes.
Oh.
Mrs. Andrzejewski told
Three different people in this story, reader. Carry on.
Leave it out. Told Lincolnshire Live it had made them feel physically ill and they nearly didn't eat them.
What a tosser!
What a tosser!
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it.
Comedian Ken Dodd was highly tickled as he received a knighthood at Buckingham Palace. The entertainer was knighted by Prince William in honour of his services to comedy and for his charity work on Thursday.
Oh yeah, very good. Ken Dodd.
Yes.
You got one of them.
The 89-year-old, who was given his OBE in 1982, is still touring across the UK with his Happiness Tour. Sir Ken, well known for his wild hair and tickling stick, told the BBC, "I'm tickled tasting my tasting this fine award.
Excellent. Thank you and good night.
Chris Archer, everybody.
Hey!
Chris Archer. And now it's the sport with Julie O'Neill.
Ah, there's a sport for the jingle.
There's a sport for the jingle.
A jingle for the sport. What is it?
I do
sport?
like your hat, John.
Then he looks smart, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Does.
Sport. Oh. Sport. Oh. Sport is everywhere. Julie tells us when and where. Julie tells us all the scores for enthusiasts and sporting balls.
Johnny Cassell, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
It's Julie with the sport.
Yeah, it's getting hot now, Steve. Can we turn the heating down?
The heating's not on. I'll have to turn the air conditioning on in a minute. Right.
Yeah.
Can you turn it on now?
It's Julie O'Neill, everybody.
Okay, so here we have the sport. Oh, such arseholes.
Just read it.
A faltering female football team is still smiling despite suffering an incredible 40-0 defeat. RNAS, Coldress Ladies, which worryingly was only able to field 8 eligible players, were well weary when they were on the wrong end of the hammering as they crashed to defeat at home to local rivals, Helston, on Sunday in the Pirate FM Cornwall's Women's League. It's been a tough season for Coldress, which has lost a number of promising prospects, with players permanently posted elsewhere. And in their 11 games, they've conceded 177 goals, and scored just 3, with their only win coming from the walkover.
It's a sport term, ladies and gentlemen. She doesn't know what
I
she's
knew
saying.
that. The salty seashell sexy soccer starlets are
Go on!
sailing away at the bottom of the table. Algeria and Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester. It's
Forward.
It's only Leicester.
It's only Leicester, Julie, yeah.
Algeria and Leicester forward Riyad Mahrez has been voted African Footballer of the Year after helping inspire the formerly fabulous Foxes to the Premier League title last season. Mahrez, 25, beat Gabon skipper Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Kelechi Iniako and Alex Iwobi
They're not Japanese. They're not Japanese.
won the Most Promising Talent and Youth Player of the Year awards, respectively. Nigeria's Asisat Osholola grabbed her second African Women's Player of the Year award. In her acceptance speech,
This is moving.
she said, Kato ya I koto kwado ya I koto kata zai kwasi koton kwado koko kwado zai kwasi koton keto.
And you can't say fairer than that. Hooray! Julie O'Neill.
Oh, marvellous.
Now it's time for Johnny Cassell's Poem of the Month. Poem of the Month. I've got quite high hopes for this poem this time because he didn't write it.
Poem of the
Let's
month.
see.
Poem of the month. Is
Where's
it
your
not-
poem?
I've got it here. This is my poem. Well, I thought it was going to be on the screen. Never mind. Yes, my poem of the month is here, Steve. This is my poem of the month. Been sent in by a listener or a viewer.
All right.
Oh yes,
Who is
indeed. A lady called Anne.
And who is it? Who is it, John? Is it angina?
No.
Is
No.
it anti-inflammatory?
No, hang on, I can't find it.
Is it an American trilogy?
No.
Who is it then?
Anonymous.
Anonymous! Hey!
I thought mine were a lot
Now,
better.
the reason I liked it, Steve, is it is actually
Never mind that, just crack on.
a tribute to spring. Well, don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Wow.
Snowdrops push up
Oh, yes.
through hard winter soil.
Yeah.
Crocus and daffodils join in the toil.
Yeah.
Birds seem to dance with extremely good cheer.
Yeah.
Looks to me like spring is here.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's doing very well.
Buds do unfurl on the tips of the branches.
Yeah.
Pigeons fluff up with their lusty advances. Somebody somewhere is repainting it green. Looks to me like winter has been.
No,
I've had enough.
we've had enough.
John, last time, listeners, you may remember,
Yeah.
he did it in the style of Pam Ayres, who is obviously the poet laureate for our people. He did it in the style of Pam Ayres. So, John, no, we don't want it in Pam Ayres this time.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
What about Whispering Ted
Whispering
Lowe?
Ted Lowe. From the old snooker, John. Do you remember old Whispering Ted Lowe? I'm sure the listeners remember Whispering
I
Ted
don't
Lowe.
remember. I'm not
I
as
tell
old
you
as
what.
you.
What about?
Go on.
What about Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
For the last verse.
Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
Rocks fade away in the warmth of the sun.
He's very good.
Hares leap about like they're having such fun.
If you're watching, Stephen, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
There will be some rain, but there's no need to fear. Looks to me like spring is here.
Johnny Cassell!
Johnny Cassell!
Hey!
That was
Professor
wonderful.
Stephen Hawking! Marvellous! That was inspired, Johnny. That was inspired. And now we move from Poets' Corner to Pets' Corner, our wonderful new feature with our expert on petting, Ms. Julie O'Neill.
I've got a jingle for the Pets Corner. I've got a jingle for Pets
You
Corner.
haven't.
Go on.
Go on then.
Don't say we didn't warn ya, 'cause here's Pets Corner.
Is that it? Is that it?
Are you going to show us your puppies, Julie?
Are you going to show us your puppies? He
Are you
went
going
there.
to show us your puppies, Julie?
Get off. Julie O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of class.
So, Julie, we've got to tell you, since introducing this this new feature, we have had a letter in from Pauline Rawlings from Windsor, asking about her old moggy, and apparently its fur is going a bit grey as it gets older. How dare you? And she's asking if that's natural. Should she be worried? Over to you, Julie.
Okay. Well, look at my little pussycat. Pussycat, whatever. You can see mine, too, is not the colour it used to be when my pussy was younger.
All right.
You'll
There's
probably
children
notice
watching.
that as your fluffy little thing gets older, it needs more attention. Stroke it, wash it, make sure it gets a good portion every night. Otherwise, your pussy's going to go hungry.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, wise words. Wise words. Wise words. We've also had another letter in from Julie Kemp from Burnham. And, no, we have, everyone.
Was it the same question?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not funny enough. And she'd like to know, she's got a question about her black mamba. And wants to know where she should keep it at night. I know you know, Julie, and maybe you can help her.
Well, a black mamba is...
Black man, is it?
A black mamba is a dangerous beast.
Yeah, dangerous.
And can really do you harm if you don't know how to handle it. I know how. I know how to handle a big snake. And the best place for it is under the bed. So you can reach it easily. If you want to play with it,
Yes.
okay, but to make sure you give it
All right.
a very regular wipe down with a moist cloth. Get hold of that
yes,
black
moist
mamba.
cloth. Rub it down
moist.
with a moist cloth.
Oh.
Julie O'Neill, everyone. Pet's Corner. Hey! Well, I think we'll bring that back. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, I think there's some legs in that
Yeah,
feature,
there is
Matt.
some legs in that one. Yeah, very good, very good.
So next week, listeners, Julie will be, or next month rather, Julie will be helping out a listener with problems with her little growler. But now, it's time for the papers.
Oh yes, the papers. The papers, everyone.
It's the
papers.
So first things first, ladies and gentlemen, who can do the best owl impression?
Oh,
Let's have your owl impressions.
To it to
That's a good
Well, I've got to be honest.
What is it?
I like Gill's. I like Gill's. Gill's owl.
Jill's one is very good.
Come up
Jill
here,
is
Jill,
the winner.
So we can tell the story. Come up here, Jill, so we can tell the story. Can you?
Inside the bizarre owl cafes of Japan, you can pet a nocturnal bird of prey while eating your lunch. Because of copyright issues, you remember from last time with the old
Make
lady.
that noise again, please. So I've got to pretend I'm eating.
Because of copyright issues, we can't show you the actual pictures, but we can
And this is what
reenact
they
them.
do. Yeah, this is what they do in Japan. They eat while they stroke little owls. Go on. Oh yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Anyway, owls fluff up their feathers and they preen themselves beneath the stroking fingers. The stroking
You've got to make the
fingers
noise.
of customers at Owl Village, one of the many owl cafes
Paid enough for this.
You bloody do now. Get on
that
with
have popped up around Japan amid the nation's pet cafe boom.
Oh yeah.
It's not only owls, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, here children can play safely with these birds of prey.
Lovely.
I'm never good.
You're not stroking her enough.
I'm
Well,
not quite sure
adults-
when to stroke her, Steve, if I'm honest.
While adults take photos.
Hey, oh, no, there's none of that.
Adults take photos with the birds that are often tied with a rope to the floor so they don't fly away.
Yeah, that do. Yeah.
You may think that's a very nice thing. Unfortunately, behind the squeals of delighted children, there's a darker side to...
Oh yeah.
No, what? Sorry. Ooh.
There's a darker side to the
You don't
operation.
need to read the bloody script. Let him
And
get on with
activists
it.
have got worries about the safety of the owls.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
To it to woo.
I think I've had enough of her. And a lovely Jill, everyone.
Jill, the best owl in the room.
So we're still on with the papers, everyone, and Britain's favourite pie has been revealed this week, but it may not be the one you'd expect, everyone. So what's everyone's favourite pie in the room?
What's your favourite pie?
What's your favourite
Chicken and
pie?
mushroom.
Chicken and mushroom.
Steak and ale.
Steak and ale.
Chicken and mushroom.
Chicken mushroom.
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie. that's
Savoury
very
pie,
good.
it's a savoury pie.
Oh.
Chicken and mushroom.
Chicken and mushroom.
Apple.
Savoury. Told you it's a savoury pie.
Okay.
Savoury apples with a bit of.
Julie, what's your pie?
Beef.
Yeah, I'll go beef as well. Mint.
Well, anyway, right, you've had your bloody go. So a poll has found, where are we, that the humble cottage pie, is the nation's favourite, everyone.
Well, it's a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
Nick Joy, you've got the wrong pie, pal. Oh, hello. Who's that likes hair pie? Anthony Wright likes hair pie.
Based on internet searches for the type of pies that Brits want to buy or make the cottage pie, made with beef, onions, carrots and topped with mashed potato, comfortably beat fish pie. Fish pie, second place.
Jane Donovan likes steak and ale.
Oh, steak and ale, yeah. Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie, which is similar to cottage pie, but made with lamb. Lamb, that's right. That came in third place. Where was hairy pie, everyone? Where did that come? That must have come somewhere. Oh, I don't know.
Matt, in this day and age,
Yes.
with all the personal grooming that
Oh,
goes on,
yeah.
you don't get the hairy pie.
I don't think you get so much hairy pie.
No.
Hello,
get the
monkey.
more-
I can see you there. Don't worry about that.
Polished clam.
Polish clam.
Polish clam.
So according to... All right, simmer down. So according to data compiled ahead of the British Pie Week, which begins on March the 6th.
March the 6th.
A total of 74,000 Brits searched for cottage pie on the web every month, making it a clear leader in the pie state. We go over now, ladies and gentlemen, to a more serious part of the show now. It's Dear Deirdre, everyone! No, it's serious. We do Dear Deirdre, as those of you know from the previous show, with good old Uncle Steve fielding the questions. What do you mean, God help us? He's very wise.
It's good advice. It gives good advice.
So, Dear Deirdre, we've had a letter in. I'm writing to you because of your very wise words last time, and I'm so hoping you can set my life to rights. I'm a married man in my late middle age, and I'm in a pop choir in Burnham that I won't name so I can preserve my anonymity.
It's a pop choir in
something
Burnham.
splashed on the camera. They're all telling us to wipe it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. I think Andy and
It's
got a bit excited.
It's a
there.
pop choir in Burnham, you said?
It's a pop choir in Burnham.
Right.
I wouldn't say I'm ugly, says the writer of this letter. In fact, I was once voted the most handsomest man in the choir. So it's pretty obvious that I'm a bit of a magnet for the girls.
Yeah.
To be honest, shitty sticks ain't in it when I'm trying to fend off all of their advances. Some of the girls, they have sent me, well, I won't go into detail, but if you knew the sort of photos they'd sent me, you'd see how very good looking I was. And you'd, yes, and you'd know the sort of things these girls send me. Anyway, the problem is I'm getting a bit tired.
Did you say he was voted the most handsomest
Oh, he
man
was,
in the
yes.
choir?
The listeners won't guess who it is. They won't guess it's Martin Bennett. Oh, no! We don't. It's anonymous. It's So anyway, the problem is that I'm getting a bit tired of all this female attention. If you get what I mean. In fact, I've been yearning for the love of another fellow in the choir. He's married too, so I'm not going to name him. But when I see him every Thursday, waving his arms about and standing on his little platform, I do get a bit weak at the willpower.
Weak at the willpower.
Weak at the willpower. Every week at the willpower. It's the way he conducts himself.
Oh.
Now, I don't want to make a fool of myself if he's not going to be attracted to me in return. And he is quite a lot younger than me, but as I said earlier, I'm such
Did you say it's a little platform that he's
Oh, it's only a little platform, yes. I'm such a very, very good-looking man that I might be able to close the deal. What should I do? By way, both of our wives are pretty hot, but very fierce too. So your discretion, Uncle Steve, really would be appreciated.
Well, you've blown that.
Deirdre.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
It is a tough one, it is a tough
Deirdre,
one.
not Steve. Yeah, Deirdre. What do you
All right,
think,
Lynn,
Deirdre?
First of all, let me just say, you poor, poor love. I know how it feels to be so very, very handsome.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
And the trials it can put a chap through. In fact, I'm also in a choir. And in that choir, there was a fella voted the handsomest man in the choir, and his wife, and she should know, she told me that I was robbed.
Rob.
Did she tell you that as well?
So I feel your pain.
She did tell him that and all. But let's not worry about it.
Yeah, I think she might have told me as well.
No, she didn't.
No.
On the other hand, I've also been on the receiving end of unrequited love from a man of the same gender as me.
I don't think we should talk about that. You and I both know who he
Yeah,
is.
tell
don't
him
we?
the story.
No, we're not even going there.
Oh, yeah, go on. Tell him the story.
The same gender as me, and I've got to tell you, it made me pretty uncomfortable.
Oh dear.
Not as uncomfortable as it would have made me if I'd have requited the love. If you know what I mean. But anyway, I was still uncomfortable. But it's each to their own. One man's meat is another man's...
Gravy? Another man's gravy.
No.
One man's meat,
No,
man's...
it's another man's...
roast potatoes.
no.
Roast potatoes?
No.
Stuffing. Stuffing.
No, it's not
Another
stuffing,
man's
no.
Stuffing.
It is one man's meat is his castle.
Oh, yeah, one man's
meat
is another man's castle. That's very true.
Is it? No. I often receive letters from people about workplace romances, and I suppose this is a similar deal, really. I say, how would you like it, listener? How would you like it if you found out that your wife was having a bit of girl-on-girl action with this other chap's wife?
Let's think about that for a minute, shall we?
You have a think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
You have a think.
Yeah.
In fact, Matt and I will have a think about it too.
Girl on girl action, you say, Steve?
Girl on girl action,
Yeah.
It's upside down.
We know!
Oh.
A bit closer. And when you finish thinking about that, you filthy beast, I hope you will come to the right decision.
Is that feature?
Whoa! Deirdre, everyone! Wasn't that marvellous? Hey, he's very helpful. I'm sure that listener, whoever it is, will have taken every word of advice. Very good. I hope you're all enjoying it out there, because it has been our second show, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, cats, dogs and rabbits. We've come to an end of another Facebook Live radio show from Steve's Shed.
He's been Matt.
He's been Steve.
Oh, we'd like to thank you all for coming.
Yay!
First of all, Shelley.
Yay!
Gill.
Yay!
Chris.
Show us your moo-moo.
Julie.
The lovely Johnny Cassell. Our special guest, the Gay Uncles.
Yay! It's the Garfunkels, ladies and gentlemen.
But thanks mostly to you, our listeners. Hooray!
And now, as has become a tradition in these parts, Johnny's going to play us out with a song. First of all, it's going to be Endless Love.
Endless Love.
I love that song.
I don't know it. I don't know
I
that.
mean, you don't know
I
it.
don't know English.
Rubbish.
Everyone knows
It's
it.
going to be
P.
Baby Love.
Baby Love.
I don't know Baby Love either.
Hey?
I don't know Baby Love either.
It's going to be I Will Always Love You.
Oh, come on, Johnny.
That's a shame, because I don't know that one.
It must be love, ladies and gentlemen.
It must be love.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. And I never thought I'd feel this way, the way I feel about you. As soon as I wake up, every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye bye.